Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SmackDown Live. We're coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri, and this is the go-home show before tables, ladders, and chairs. We got a lot lined up tonight. We got a face-to-face confrontation going on with the television champion, Aleister Black, and his opponent at tables, ladders, and chairs, Bray Wyatt. Well, let's get things started with a man who had a television championship match against the champion on the last episode, in which he lost due to an interference by Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt not only took out Mojo Rawley, but he took out his opponent, Aleister Black, hitting him with a Sister Abigail on the ramp. Tensions are brewing in that television championship match. I'm sure Mojo Rawley's a little bit disappointed that he never got his fair opportunity. But tonight it's not about that. Tonight he's going to be taking on Johnny Wrestling. That's right, folks. Johnny Gargano makes his debut here on SmackDown Live. And this is going to be one hell of a match. And this man right here is a great addition to the blue brand. Johnny Gargano made his way through NXT. Former NXT champion. One half of one of the better teams that came out of NXT. The DIY, the do-it-yourselfers. Alongside Tommaso Ciampa. This kid is very impressive. And a win here, especially since, even though Mojo Rawley didn't get that fair shake in that television championship match, Mojo Rawley put up one hell of a fight. So a victory here against Mojo Rawley could put Johnny Gargano in good standing. And I'll tell you what, the St. Louis, Missouri crowd, they're hyped to have Johnny Wrestling on the blue brand. Like I said, we're in for a treat with this opening match. And we're underway. Both men tie up. Mojo Rawley, obviously the stronger of the two, the bigger man. Mojo Rawley definitely working them holds. Now, as strong as Mojo Rawley is, he is also very aggressive and very agile. He's explosive, don't get it wrong. Johnny Gargano, very explosive too. Mojo Rawley rolls out and trips up Johnny Gargano's leg. Mojo with a quick roll up on Gargano. Wait, Gargano rolls it back into a pin of his own. And Gargano almost got it. He almost got the roll up quick. Mojo better be careful. This match was almost over before it even started. And Mojo Rawley with a huge belly-to-back suplex, sending Johnny Gargano back first onto the canvas, and then aggressively just picking them shots. He sends Gargano into the ropes. What's Mojo Rawley thinking here? He's got Gargano up. Wait, no, Gargano with an implant DDT on Mojo Rawley. Nice counter right there from Johnny Gargano. And Mojo Rawley with a counter strike of his own. Back and forth counters going on. Huge drop kick, but them drop kicks not budging Mojo. And Enziguri still not enough to keep Mojo down. And Johnny Gargano showing Mojo Rawley that he's got some strength of his own. Both men can change this pace in an instant. And Johnny Gargano with a double foot stomp to the stomach of Mojo Rawley. It looks like Johnny Wrestling is starting to come alive, ladies and gentlemen. In his debut match here on SmackDown Live. What's Gargano going for? He could be going for that springboard. Wait, no. Gargano going to the top rope. But Mojo Rawley cut him off. Gargano just a little bit too slow. As Mojo Rawley ascends to the middle rope, it looks like he's going for a superplex here. He's got Gargano up, and Gargano drives that knee into the back of Mojo's head. And Gargano through the middle rope with a shoulder block. Looking for the pin here. Mojo Rawley with an easy kick out. Now looks like Gargano's going to try and work the hold on the bigger of the two men in this ring. Gargano wrenching that arm, working that shoulder weight, and Mojo is fighting out of it. Mojo to his feet, and Mojo sends Gargano to the mat. Gargano with a kip up. This crowd really not feeling Mojo as he starts taking the advantage, getting into the driver's seat once more. Like I said, aggressively picking his shots. And now it looks like he's working Gargano's leg. Gargano into the corner, and Mojo with that huge body splash, following it up one more time with another body splash. Mojo Rawley definitely got momentum in his corner right now. If Gargano wants to make an impact, he needs to win this match. His debut match on SmackDown Live, he needs this win. Maybe just as much as Mojo needs it. Because even though Bray Wyatt interfered in that television championship match, you don't see Mojo getting a chance to rewrite that wrong. And wait, Mojo Rawley, huge fist. Mojo Rawley is hyped. Johnny Gargano over his back. And Gargano with a crucifix pin. Early kick out from Mojo. Gargano with an inverted Frankensteiner. And Gargano is getting this crowd hyped in St. Louis. Johnny Wrestling, this is what it's all about. He's coming alive, ladies and gentlemen. That schoolboy kick. Looked like Gargano was going to go for his patented lawn dart, but he missed it. Mojo countered. And now Mojo lifting Gargano back to his feet. And what's going through the mind of Mojo as he sets Johnny Gargano up against the top rope. And Gargano back body drop, sending Mojo Rawley out to no man's land. As these two fight outside the ring, the ref begins the count. Oh, and Mojo Rawley eating a face first of LED ring post. That can't be good for the face. Referee at a 4 count. Super kick from Johnny Gargano outside the ring. Referee at a 6. Gargano better be careful. And he rolls Mojo back into the ring and delivers that elbow across the throat. Gargano picking Mojo up. He sends Mojo into the corner. Looking like that could have been his second attempt at the lawn dart, but Mojo countered it again. Gargano with a picture-perfect Hurricanrana. Gargano locking in the full Nelson. And Mojo Rawley kicks out. Gargano almost had it. And it looks like the end is near. Super kick from Johnny Gargano. 1, 2, 3. Johnny Wrestling has won his debut match here on SmackDown Live. Like I said, Johnny Gargano has a great future here on the Blue brand. One great addition to SmackDown Live and a great match to open up this go-home show as Johnny Gargano celebrates with that St. Louis, Missouri crowd. Chris Jericho with the chair. These guys are going to brutalize Sting. Wait, Finn Balor. Finn Balor has come to help Sting. And Finn Balor has just cleared the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, this is sick. But I'll see you on the next episode of SmackDown Live. And we're back, folks. And it looks like the WWE Champion, Y2J Chris Jericho, alongside glorious Bobby Roode, is going to grace SmackDown Live with his presence. Or pester SmackDown Live with his presence. Whatever way you look at it. Either way, on the last episode, Sting went one-on-one with Bobby Roode in the main event. Sting put his #1 contenders shot against Chris Jericho at TLC on the line. He did not come out victorious. Bobby Roode won. But we've seen that it was a plan all along by Y2J Chris Jericho. So now, the WWE Championship match at TLC is in turmoil. Once again, this ongoing vendetta between Bret Hart and Chris Jericho, as Jericho just mocks the general manager of SmackDown Live. Now, a betting man would say that Chris Jericho might just be a little bit intimidated to put his title on the line at tables, ladders, and chairs against the Icon. And Jericho with some choice words. Choice words. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, Bret Hart is definitely not gonna just let Chris Jericho come out here and hijack the show. So then what does Bret Hart have planned? Chris Jericho telling him no. And this crowd is loving it. This crowd is loving it. Yes, Bret, you do the right thing. So it looks like Y2J will face Sting in the main event at tables, ladders, and chairs for the WWE Championship, whether he likes it or not. Well, huge main event match here on the Go Home show was just put into play by the SmackDown Live general manager Bret Hart. Tonight we're going to see tag team action between Y2J Chris Jericho and Bobby Roode when they take on the team of Finn Balor and Sting. But we have another tag team match here, folks. We got the Revival. Well, with their new manager, the $1 Million Revival, along with Ted DiBiase, and they're going to take on Tyler Breeze and Fandango. Earlier in the show, you've seen Ted DiBiase trying to buy his team a victory against Breezango, and it didn't look like that went too well. So tonight, the $1 Million Revival is going to have to knuckle up. As they say, no flips, just fists. Taking on Breezango. Ted DiBiase told him that they were making a mistake, telling them that to take the money would be better than taking a beatdown. Tyler Breeze said that they weren't concerned with money. They didn't want that $10,000. To them, it was all about fashion. And the choice statement that Tyler Breeze made, telling him that Ted DiBiase's suit was way outdated, which, that holds some truth to it if you think about it. Think about that suit right there. But that suit is trademarked to the $1 Million Man. The $1 Million Revival looking to get back into the ranks of the tag team division. And Ted DiBiase looking to help them get there. As we got Scott Dawson kicking it off first against Fandango. Fandango into the ropes. He gets hit with an elbow. And a huge leg drop from Scott Dawson. And again, another huge leg drop from Scott Dawson. And he's just mocking Fandango, telling him, you should have took the money. You should have took the damn money. Double underhook. Double underhook sit out powerbomb with the pin. That pinfall, definitely not enough. Now Fandango looks like he's bringing Scott Dawson to the corner, but wait. Dawson delivering a couple huge elbows. Fandango with a counter and a kick to the midsection. Jawbreaker counter from Scott Dawson. And a huge European uppercut lays Fandango down to the canvas. Like we said, no flips, just fists. Scott Dawson already showing that early in this match. And now he's stomping Fandango out in the corner. He's looking to brutalize Fandango. Fandango, you should have just took the damn money. As Scott Dawson delivers a DDT and quickly goes for the pin. Only a 1 count. Dawson lifted Fandango back to his feet. And he sends him into the corner with an Irish whip. Looked like he was going for a tag to Dash Wilder, but he missed it. And now Fandango just sending Scott Dawson's face into the mat. Fandango making the tag to Tyler Breeze. Scott Dawson needs to make a tag. Scott Dawson should tag in his fresh partner. Irish whip into the ropes goes Tyler Breeze. And a huge heel kick from Scott Dawson. And now Dawson lifted Breeze back to his feet. He went to go set him into the ropes, but Breeze countered. Belly to back suplex from Scott Dawson. The goal of a tag team match, roll up from Dawson. And Breeze with a kick out. It was almost like deja vu. We seen that earlier. German suplex with the bridge. And a kick out from Tyler Breeze. Like I said, it's almost like deja vu. We had just seen that in the first match with Johnny Gargano and Mojo Rawley. As Scott Dawson sends Breeze out onto the apron and wraps him up in the ropes, and he just begins to pummel him. Unleashing a beatdown on Tyler Breeze. Scott Dawson, he's been looking for that tag to Dash Wilder. Super kick, planted across the face of Scott Dawson. Scott Dawson needs to make a tag. He's in trouble. And now Breeze sending Dawson into the corner, keeping him out of his corner so he cannot make a tag to his fresh partner. But once again, a heel kick from Scott Dawson. And hopefully he can get some momentum going, because right now, Breezango has been able to isolate him. Any attempt that he has made at a tag, he has not been able to get done. And Scott Dawson taking Fandango out of the equation. A blocked shot on Tyler Breeze. And now he sends... Wait, no, Breeze is fighting for his life right now. Snap suplex from Tyler Breeze. And he's taunting Dawson, telling him to get to his feet. Breeze going for the pin. And only a 1 count. Like I said, Dawson's in trouble, but he has been able to keep this match within his reach. Wait. Shatter Machine from the Revival out of nowhere. The first tag, and the Shatter Machine has been hit. And that's it. That's it. The $1 Million Revival picks up a victory. How in the hell did they just do that? I can't believe it. And now they're just beating down Breezango. You should have took the money. I told you should have took the money. I told you. And Ted DiBiase looking on, happy as ever. And we're back to the action in our women's division on the blue brand. Another person, another superstar, making their debut on the blue brand here tonight. Dakota Kai. And she's going to go one-on-one with the woman who will meet the WWE Women's Champion, Asuka, at tables, ladders, and chairs. She's going to go one-on-one with Paige. I'll tell you what, when it comes to being innovative, Dakota Kai has one of the most innovative movesets. She has a repertoire of moves. And I'll tell you what, when it comes down to it though, if you really want to talk women who have made an impact in the women's division, you don't even got to mention people like Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Asuka. You could start right here with the Scream Queen, Paige, making her debut by winning the Women's Championship from AJ Lee. Has held the Women's Championship a number of times. Has battled injuries in her career, but she's back. And she's here in a SmackDown Live ring. And at TLC, she will get a chance to once again become the WWE Women's Champion. All she's got to do is beat a tough opponent, a very tough feat in herself, which is Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow. A victory here could give her that momentum to go into TLC and take that victory. But she's got to go through Dakota Kai first. As both of these women get ready, they lock up. Paige getting the advantage with a headlock. But wait. Dakota sends her into the ropes. Duck under. Leapfrog from Dakota Kai. And Dakota Kai rolls her out. And Dakota Kai with that kick to the ribs of Paige. And now, Dakota Kai's got the headlock locked in as she applies pressure. Paige trying to fight out of it, but Dakota Kai keeps cranking. And Paige pulling herself to her feet. Paige is trying to fight out of that headlock. Delivering those elbows to the midsection of Dakota Kai. And a knife-edge chop from Paige. Dakota sends Paige back into the ropes again. Paige with a counter. And now Paige trying to take out that leg. Trying to stop Dakota Kai from using them kicks that are in her arsenal. And now a taunt from the #1 contender for the Women's Championship. Going for a pin here. That can't be enough. And nope, I told you it wasn't going to be enough. It definitely wasn't enough. Driving that elbow into the skull of Dakota Kai. Jawbreaker. And Dakota Kai, here she goes. Trio of kicks from Dakota Kai to Paige. And now it's Dakota Kai working on that leg. As Paige crawls to her feet. Taking a rest in the corner. And Dakota Kai was looking for something, but Paige countered it, putting her back in the corner. And Dakota Kai kicks her off. Back and forth counters. And the back and forth counter game continues. Huge DDT off the counter from Dakota Kai. And Dakota Kai looking for a pin. Paige with an easy kick out. Paige blocking off that enziguri. And now Paige locks in the headlock. This is going from being a counter fest to being an actual wrestling match with the holds. Paige aggressively choking Dakota Kai. But it's Dakota fighting to her feet. A couple of huge elbows to break the hold. And Dakota Kai's got her locked. German suplex with the bridge. And Paige would have none of it. She kicks out. Now Dakota Kai once again going with them kicks. Dakota's kicks are lethal. Like I said, an arsenal this lady has. Whoa, and huge move from Dakota. Now she's going to the top rope. I don't know what she's thinking here. She's telling Paige to get to her feet. Let's see what goes on. Dakota Kai with a hurricanrana. Picture perfect on Paige. And she's got the leg hook. This could be it. 2, and no, Paige kicks out. Dakota Kai went for a drop kick, but it didn't pay off. She missed. And Paige could be going for it. Paige Turner. And Paige's got the leg hook. 2. Oh, and Dakota Kai so close. Dakota Kai managing to get a shoulder up at the last second. The resiliency of Dakota Kai on her debut here on the blue brand. And Paige sends her into the corner. And now Paige putting her at the top rope. What's Paige going for? And Paige connects a hurricanrana of her own off the top rope. And now it's Paige going for a pin one more time. This has got to be it. No, and Dakota Kai with the resiliency coming through. Clutch by Dakota Kai. She sends Paige into the ropes. Oh my God, hellacious kick by Dakota Kai to the face of Paige. Right now, she's giving the #1 contender for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship a run for her money. As Paige gets a rope break on the pin. Dakota Kai just impressive right now. On her debut, she's telling Paige to get to her feet. And oh, what have we just seen? That vicious move by Dakota Kai. This has got to be it. And no, Paige gets a shoulder up at the last second. I cannot believe what I'm witnessing here. These women are putting on a clinic. They're putting on one hell of a show right now here in St. Louis. Paige with a counter. Kick to the midsection on Dakota Kai. And Dakota Kai is sent into the corner. And now Paige delivering them headbutts, just brutally assaulting Dakota Kai. Paige lifting Dakota to her feet. And she's got her locked up, trying to have her way with Dakota Kai. And she sends her back into the corner. And now an Irish whip into the other corner. And Paige just brutalizing her with them shots, but Dakota Kai manages to counter, putting Paige into the corner. And now Dakota Kai is putting her on the top rope. And Dakota Kai a little revenge with a hurricanrana of her own from the top rope. And now she's calling for it. She's feeling it. Wait, Paige caught the foot and a clothesline. Huge clothesline from Paige. This could have just shifted the momentum of this match. Dakota Kai with a counter. And she sends Paige back into the ropes. She went for that boot again, but she misses it. Paige blocked it. And now Paige with a spine buster. Cover right here by Paige. And still that is not enough. The resiliency on Dakota Kai is impressing me. Snap jawbreaker by Paige. And it looks like Paige she's running out of ideas here. She goes to the top rope. What's she got in her mind? Paige with an elbow drop. Shades of Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, and it's still not enough. How does Dakota keep fighting? I do not know how Dakota, time and time again, manages to get a shoulder up. Paige has tried everything. She's hit a Paige turn. She's hit an elbow drop from the top rope. A hurricanrana from the top rope. And Paige fighting out of Dakota Kai. Looked like she was getting some momentum going, but Paige started to fight out of it. Back body drop by Paige sends Dakota Kai down to the mat. And now Paige is in the driver's seat. Oh, Paige was going for a Northern Light suplex, but it was countered into a roll-up. This has got to be it. And oh my God, Paige kicked out. I cannot believe what these women are putting on here tonight on the go-home show. Another roll-up. This match has got me hyped. This match has got it all, ladies and gentlemen. Both women laying it on the line here as they battle it out in the corner. It looks like Paige is putting Dakota Kai back onto the ropes. And she might be going for it again. Wait. No, what is she going for? I thought she might have been going for a second Hurricane Rana from the top rope. But no, Paige delivers a superplex in the ring. And it looks like Paige is growing frustrated. Jawbreaker from Dakota Kai. And Dakota sends Paige into the corner. Dakota's really giving Paige a run for her money right now. And from the looks of it, Dakota Kai could definitely be a strong candidate for Asuka's WWE Championship if Paige can't get the job done. Paige once again at the top rope, calling for it. Dakota Kai is getting to her feet. And huge double axe handle from Paige. That frustration that I'm talking about starting to set in as Dakota Kai counters. And Dakota Kai again, I cannot believe it. This has got to be it. 1, 2, and oh no, oh my. I cannot believe this match right now that we are seeing. And this isn't even the main event, ladies and gentlemen. Now Paige up against the ropes. She sends Dakota Kai over the top rope and out to the ringside area. Both women have to be careful of a count out here. They have both put it all on the line, and I would hate to see this match end with a count out, and I'm sure both of them would as well. And Paige would not allow it as she sends Dakota back into the ring. Paige lifting Dakota to her feet. And just viciously slamming her head across the canvas. Paige slamming Dakota down to the mat, back first. A huge... And wait, Paige has got the submission locked in. Dakota Kai may have no choice but to tap out. Dakota Kai holding on for dear life. It's Paige. Wait. Dakota Kai kicks Paige off. But the damage could be done. Dakota Kai delivering a drop kick. The damage could be done on Dakota Kai's legs. As you know, those legs are pretty much a main source of her arsenal. And now she's working on the Scream Queen's arm. Countered by Paige. And Paige with a Northern Light suplex. Kick out by Dakota Kai. Paige with the Northern Light suplex followed by the pin. And that still couldn't get it done. Both women back outside the ring. And Paige lifted Dakota to her feet and sending her back into the ring. This match is taking a toll on both women. And I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter who wins right now because I'm impressed with both of them. Paige throwing Dakota back outside the ring. And don't do it, Paige. Do not do it. And she dives through the middle rope. And she just sent Dakota Kai back first into the barricade. This match has got it all, ladies and gentlemen. They are stealing the show. They are blowing the roof off this arena. Listen to this St. Louis crowd. And now Paige calling for it. The end could be near for Dakota Kai. Rampage. If this isn't it, I don't know what is, ladies and gentlemen. Paige bringing Dakota Kai into the center of the ring, and she hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. Oh my. I cannot believe the resiliency on Dakota Kai. She wants this debut to go well. She wants to win, and she is proving it here. What's Dakota Kai going for now? Powerbomb by Dakota Kai, and she's got it hooked in for the pin. And Paige kicks out some way, somehow. Kip up to her feet. Paige trying to get that second wind. And she's got it. Clothesline after clothesline. Drop kick by Paige. Paige Turner once again. Second Paige Turner of the night. And could we be seeing a second Rampage? Rampage on Dakota Kai. There's no way in hell she's going to be able to kick out. And that's it. It's all over. Paige walks away with the victory, and she earns momentum going into her match with Asuka at TLC for the Women's Championship. But make no mistake about it, Dakota Kai, one hell of a showing here tonight in her debut. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see these two fight one more time, or at least later on down the road, because oh my God, did they just steal the show. This match right here, if anything, could be main event worthy. Well, folks, we said that there was going to be a face-to-face confrontation with the WWE Television Champion, Aleister Black, and the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt. As Bray Wyatt has been playing mind games with Aleister Black. Now Aleister wants nothing more than a face-to-face confrontation before tables, ladders, and chairs. And he's on his way to the ring to look Bray Wyatt into the eyes. Remember, Bray Wyatt just last show delivering a Sister Abigail onto the stage, interrupting Aleister Black's match with Mojo Rawley, who we just seen earlier tonight in a match with Johnny Gargano. Interrupted that match, a television championship match. First Sister Abigail and Mojo Rawley, and getting the match thrown out. And then the lights went out in the arena, and when they came back on, it was Bray Wyatt up on the stage with Aleister Black, delivering a Sister Abigail. And Aleister Black waiting for Bray Wyatt. Oh, and he is a man of few words. You know what he wants. Just drop it to the floor and sitting Indian style. And he's waiting. And he might not have to wait anymore. But wait, Bray Wyatt up on the Titantron. Bray Wyatt calling Aleister Black a puppet. Trying to tell Black that he will show him the ways. Telling Aleister that he's lost. This is what this has been all about. Aleister Black defending his title on the first episode of SmackDown Live after Night of Champions. And Bray Wyatt calling him a puppet, sending a cryptic message. And now he's telling Aleister Black he's not hard to find, but he will not come out there for a confrontation. He will not come out there for a face-to-face, because he is not the WWE's puppet. And it looks like it doesn't matter, because it looks like Aleister Black is coming to find him. Aleister Black looking to find Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt said follow, and that's exactly what Black is doing. This is about to explode, ladies and gentlemen. And he's backstage looking for Bray. I have a feeling things are about to get crazy. And oh, wait. Black mass on Bray Wyatt. Aleister Black has just knocked Bray Wyatt out with a black mass before tables, ladders, and chairs. Wait, that's not Bray Wyatt. That's not Bray Wyatt. Where's Bray Wyatt at? Bray Wyatt with the fire extinguisher. It was an ambush. One of Wyatt's followers. Aleister Black just delivered a black mass to somebody thinking it was Bray Wyatt. But now Bray Wyatt has just taken advantage, and he just, oh my God, beating Aleister Black's head across the wall, the concrete wall. And now Bray Wyatt just having his way with the WWE Television Champion. And once again smashing his head across the wall. This is just disgusting. Bray Wyatt will do nothing. Will stop at nothing to teach Aleister Black a lesson. And Bray, don't do it, Bray. Save something for tables, ladders, and chairs. Bray. Oh my God, scoop slam on top of the car. Bray Wyatt is one sick individual. And Black trying to climb to his feet. But Bray Wyatt not done. Sister Abigail on Aleister Black. And we're back, folks. After that brutal assault on Aleister Black by Bray Wyatt, we got to make sure that Aleister Black can even be cleared to fight at tables, ladders, and chairs after that assault. Bray Wyatt had it planned all along, telling Aleister Black to come find him, to follow. But Aleister Black took the bait, searching for Bray Wyatt, delivering a black mass to who he thought was Bray Wyatt, but all along it was one of his followers. And Bray Wyatt has just brutalized Aleister Black. But nonetheless, we still got action going on here tonight. Just last episode, we seen Jey Uso take on Cesaro. Jey Uso was victorious, beating Cesaro, giving his team an edge, going into tables, ladders, and chairs in that tag team championship match. Now it's going to be Sheamus versus Jimmy Uso. Let's see if Sheamus can return the favor and maybe even this thing out a little bit. Maybe give the Bar some hope. Because like I said, at tables, ladders, and chairs, the tag team championships are on the line. They need to build up some momentum going into TLC. But Jimmy Uso is no slouch. In my mind, Jimmy and Jey both solid wrestlers, but something about Jimmy Uso, you know, you got that favorite of the tag team. And Jimmy, that's, out of Jimmy and Jey, Jimmy's my favorite. And they've been down since day one. Jimmy and Jey look to once again add a tag team title reign to their tremendous history that they have in the WWE, especially when it comes to tag team title reigns. The Usos over the years have really come into their own. Come from a great family of fighting wrestlers. The Samoans, Rocky Maivia, The Rock, Roman Reigns, Rikishi, their father. Nia Jax. The list goes on. The Fighting Samoans. Well, I'll tell you what, Jimmy's in for one hell of a fight here tonight when he goes up against the Celtic Warrior. And this match is underway. Both men tying up. But it's Sheamus, obviously the stronger of the two men, as he's got Jimmy locked up in the corner. And the referee breaks it up, but no, Sheamus with a cheap shot. Would you expect anything less from the Celtic Warrior? And now Sheamus has got that wrist lock in. As he's cranking down, he drops Jimmy to a knee. And now the elbow for extra effect, and he's got it cranked. He releases the hold. And now Sheamus just brutally delivering them knees to the chest of Jimmy Uso. Like I said, Jay, last episode, got a victory over Cesaro. So you know Sheamus is not coming out here to wrestle. Sheamus is coming out here to make a statement. He's coming out here to show why the Bar are the tag team champions. So you got to believe he's looking to brutalize Jimmy Uso here tonight. And he catapults the neck of Jimmy Uso into the bottom rope. Sending Jimmy into the ropes. And a huge spine buster release from Sheamus. And now Sheamus quickly going for the pin. I don't think that's too wise. And no, an easy kick out by Jimmy Uso, not even a 1 count. I would have thought that Sheamus would have wanted to brutalize Jimmy Uso, but that's not the case if he went for a pin that quick. Maybe he just wants to look impressive, I don't know. But Jimmy Uso with snake eyes. And now he's starting to muster up some momentum. Huge clothesline from Jimmy Uso to put him into the driver's seat. And Jimmy lifts Sheamus to his feet. He sends him over. And he drives a knee into the back of the Celtic Warrior. And now Sheamus with a counter. And a shoulder block from Sheamus. Deadlift suplex from Sheamus. And there we go. There's that brutality that I was talking about. As Jimmy tries his best to fight back into this match. Huge Samoan drop. That's a tide turner from Jimmy Uso. And he hooks the leg for the pin. Sheamus with a kick out at 1. And now it's Jimmy Uso in the corner. And a neck breaker from Jimmy Uso. Like I said, the Fighting Samoans. There is no bitch in their blood. Huge sit-out choke bomb. One-handed choke bomb from Sheamus. Sending Jimmy crashing to the mat. And now Sheamus working the leg of Jimmy. Now that would be a smart move going into TLC. The smart move, especially since it's going to be a tables, ladders, and chairs match, would definitely be one smart strategy would be to take your opponent's legs out. Make sure that they cannot climb that ladder going into tables, ladders, and chairs, because being able to climb that ladder means that they can retrieve the titles. You don't want them to retrieve the titles. You don't want that. And now Sheamus getting hyped up. The St. Louis crowd not really liking it. Wrenching on the neck of Jimmy. Both of their partners out at ringside, they both seem pretty content at this match. And Jimmy Uso chips Sheamus, sending him down to the mat. Driving that elbow into the chest of Sheamus. And now Jimmy trying to get the crowd behind him. Jimmy's hyping up. And there he goes. Jimmy Uso coming alive. He's feeling it. Jimmy Uso is feeling it, ladies and gentlemen. And he sends Sheamus into the ropes. No, Sheamus got out of the way just before that big splash could connect. And Sheamus has got Jimmy in powerbomb position. No, now he's got him in fireman's carry. Oh my God, and Sheamus has just used that top rope as a guillotine. He told Jimmy off with his head, and once again that deadlift suplex. Sheamus firing a strike, but Jimmy counters. Oh no, and here we go. Here we go. Jimmy Uso with the splash in the corner. And wait, Cesaro distracting the ref. Jimmy Uso is looking for it. Uso crazy. But the referee is distracted. You gotta believe that Jimmy Uso would have had this one. Clean sweep if it wasn't for Cesaro distracting the referee. Double underhooks. And he sends Sheamus down to the mat. Back first. Belly to back suplex from Jimmy Uso. That distraction from Cesaro a little while ago. That might have turned the tide. That could have turned the tide. But Jimmy Uso just kept fighting. And now Sheamus trying to get back into it, delivering them knees. Sheamus trying to come alive, trying to get that second win. He needs it. Jimmy Uso counters out. DDT by Jimmy Uso. Like I said, Jimmy Uso hit the Uso crazy. That body splash from the top rope. He went for the pin, but Cesaro had the ref distracted. And wait. Sheamus with the Irish Curse trifecta. And now he could be going for the brogue kick. He's trying to take Jimmy's head off. Brogue kick by Sheamus. And he hooks the leg. 2, 3, Sheamus. Sheamus picking up that victory. Getting that redemption. Cesaro lost last episode. Sheamus picks up the victory here. Neither team able to edge out the other one. Going into TLC. All I know is the titles will be on the line. And they got to climb the ladder to get it. That should be one hell of an epic match. The Bar versus the Usos. TLC.
I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like, yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right, and I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow, yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go!
Well, we're getting ready to see Eric Young in action. Well, hopefully see Eric Young in action tonight. Just last episode, Eric Young was supposed to go one-on-one in a non-title match against a man that he will face At tables, ladders, and chairs, the Intercontinental Champion Kane. It'll be a triple threat match. TLC. Baron Corbin, Kane, and Eric Young. But tonight, Eric Young looks to gain some momentum going into TLC. And in order to do that, he's got to knock off the Drama King, Aiden English. As you can see, Eric Young has brought Sanity with him. He's brought Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf. He needed a couple people to have his back, especially the way these three wrestlers have been going into kind of just a disrespectful brawl toward one another. It started with Kane coming out at the end of Baron Corbin and Eric Young's match, hitting a double choke slam. And then you've seen Baron Corbin mercilessly beat Eric Young backstage with a steel chair just last episode. So Baron Corbin came out and faced Kane, and when Eric Young came to get his hands on Baron Corbin tucked tail and ran. Safe to say, when you look at the momentum going into that Intercontinental Championship match at TLC, right now Baron Corbin seems to have the advantage. He's gotten a win over both Eric Young and Kane. But like I said, Eric Young wants no mistakes here tonight, as he's got both Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf in his corner. To be honest, I really don't think Baron Corbin or Kane would even attempt to come out here and try to get one over on Eric Young tonight. Not with them two in his corner.
Ladies and gentlemen, WWE presents from Chicago, Illinois,
it's the Drama King, folks.
the Maestro of Mayhem.
The Maestro of Mayhem.
The Picasso of Pain.
The Picasso of Pain.
The Rembrandt of Rage.
The Rembrandt of Rage.
The Drama King.
To be honest with you, I kind of liked Aiden English when he was set in tag team action with Simon Gotch. The Vaudevillains, definitely one of my favorite teams to come out of NXT in the last decade. It's amazing because, you know, I'm sure the St. Louis crowd doesn't like him. And of course, there you go. You can hear them showing their reaction, showing exactly how they feel about him. But the whole time Aiden English came out here singing, what were they doing? They shut their mouth and they listened. But it's not about singing. It's not about drama. It's not about opera. It's not about entertainment. Right now, Eric Young wants to fight, and let's see what happens. Aiden English, Eric Young, here we go. Eric Young already off to a good start with them strikes. Like I said, I think Eric Young is going to be aggressive in this one. He's got to. Right now, he honestly, he doesn't look like the man that's going to walk out of TLC with that Intercontinental Championship. Like I said, Baron Corbin has gotten the advantage over both men. Kane, he's the Intercontinental Champion. What more can you say? It's Eric Young, out of these three men, who needs this win. He needs to get some momentum going, because right now, he just doesn't look like he could do it at tables, ladders, and chairs. Maybe a win here in extraordinary fashion against Aiden English could change that. And a back body drop from Eric Young. As he lifts Aiden English back to his feet. Well, to a knee, and now back to his feet. And an Irish whip to Aiden English into the corner. And now Eric Young, like I said, he's got to be aggressive. Aggressively laying them strikes on Aiden English, and now he begins to stomp and choke away at Aiden English while he's in the corner. Just viciously disrespecting him. Little taunt to the crowd. Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf both looking on, both satisfied, both here to purge in case Baron Corbin or Kane show their face. As Eric Young continues to work over Aiden English in the ring, but no, Aiden English counters. And Aiden English with a huge clothesline to Eric Young. Lifting Young to his feet. And now he sends Young into the corner. Aiden English trying to turn the tide here as he goes for a sunset flip. Wait, no. Eric Young is holding on, and Eric Young delivers a strike to the face of Aiden English. Huge Olympic slam from Eric Young. And Young goes for the pin. Aiden English kick out at 1. And now Young just driving that knee into the side of the face of Aiden English. He's bringing English back into the center of the ring, but wait. Aiden English with a counter. He's trying to get some momentum going. Like I said, right now, Eric Young is thirsty. He wants this win. Nice belly to back suplex by Eric Young. And once again, it's Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane looking on as they watch Eric Young continue his assault on Aiden English. And now, Eric Young continuing to pummel the head of Aiden English into the corner against the turnbuckle. Aiden English looking a little dizzy there as he falls to the canvas. And Eric Young taunting, telling Aiden English to get to his feet, to stand up. Eric Young's got Aiden English up. Could we see it? Death Valley driver from Eric Young. And Eric Young hooks the leg. This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. No. Close call. Kick out from Aiden English. And wait, Baron Corbin is on the ramp, ladies and gentlemen. And now, Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf, they're going after him. Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf will not. There we go. Huge enziguri from Alexander Wolf. As Eric Young and Aiden English continue to fight in the ring. Sanity cuts Baron Corbin off. Sanity continuing to attack Baron Corbin on the stage. Huge elbow from Eric Young. It looks like Sanity is just dismantling Baron Corbin. Looks like they're taking him backstage. They're getting him out of sight, out of mind. As Eric Young continues to work over Aiden English in the ring. Seems like Baron Corbin will not be a problem here tonight, as he tried to stick his nose in Eric Young's business once more. Eric Young with a huge clothesline delivered to Aiden English, sending him down to the canvas. Well, Eric Young brought Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf for reinforcements, and they have delivered by taking Corbin out of the equation. And Aiden English just slamming the head of Eric Young against the canvas. Huge jawbreaker, counter, drop kick. Eric Young with the drop kick. And it could be time. Looks like he's setting it up for that wheelbarrow neck breaker. This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. All he's got to do is hook the leg, and he does. 1, 2, 3. Eric Young wins. He's victorious here tonight. He gains some momentum finally, going into TLC with some momentum in his favor. But wait, Kane is on the stage. Sanity is backstage. They're handling Baron Corbin right now, and it looks like Kane and Eric Young are going to get ready to scrap. These two are going to explode. It's going to break down right here on SmackDown Live. The Intercontinental Champion and Eric Young coming face to face before they square off at TLC, and Eric Young throws the first punch. Kane strikes back. That knee right there, that knee a result of Eric Young and a steel chair, and Kane continues. We've got security getting in the middle of it. This is crazy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is main event time here in St. Louis, Missouri. We're getting ready for some tag team action, and it was set by Bret Hart earlier tonight. The Demon King, Finn Balor, and Sting, the Icon, teaming up for the first time ever, along with another team that's teaming up for the first time ever. We got the WWE Champion, Chris Jericho, Y2J, teaming with the glorious one, Bobby Roode. And Bobby Roode, he's been aggressive lately. He's got this new attitude to him. He's even helped out Chris Jericho. They tried to pull a fast one last episode, as Bobby Roode fought Sting for Sting's #1 contender shot. And in the end, it was all a plan by Chris Jericho. But needless to say, the right thing was done, and Bret Hart has made sure he's made it a point to tell Chris Jericho that it doesn't matter, that at tables, ladders, and chairs, he will face Sting in the main event for the WWE Championship. Another match that's going to take place at TLC. You're going to see the one-on-one showdown with Finn Balor and Bobby Roode. That's going to be one hell of a match. But all four of them together tonight in the main event. St. Louis, Missouri, the WWE Universe. You guys are in for a treat. Finn Balor just captivating with that entrance. And remember, it was Finn Balor who met Chris Jericho in the finals at Night of Champions for the WWE Championship. Finn Balor unsuccessful. He couldn't walk away with it. Chris Jericho did his thing, and he walked out victorious, becoming the WWE Champion in this new era. I'm sure Finn Balor, he's going to be looking for a shot later on down the line. He lost to Sting 2 weeks ago in a #1 contender match. And now these two are teaming together, as it was Finn Balor who saved Sting on the last episode of SmackDown Live. Bobby Roode and Chris Jericho were looking to take Sting out. They were assaulting him. Chris Jericho and Bobby Roode both laying waste to Sting, but it was Finn Balor who came out to give Sting a helping hand, to stop the onslaught. The respect between Sting and Finn Balor is a respect you don't see often in the wrestling business. I think these two will make a great team. They're going to have a great match here tonight. That man right there. If you were looking for a man who was the face of WCW, you need to look no farther than Sting. I mean, there's many names that come up. But if you think about it, when everybody jumped ship, when that WCW ship was sinking, Sting went down with the ship like a captain would. It took a long time for Sting to show his face in WWE. That's why he truly is an icon. But ladies and gentlemen, his disgusting attitude as of late. Bobby Roode said he needed to make a change. Said he needed not to worry about the fans. He needed not to worry about his image. And he has done just that. And to be honest, he's been making waves ever since. As he prances down the ring, on his way in this tag team match, the main event. Y2J, Bobby Roode, both from Canada. This once again goes back to the comments that Chris Jericho has been making about the general manager over the past few weeks, calling Bret Hart un-Canadian-like, telling Bret Hart he isn't a true Canadian. All I know is these four men are going to blow the roof off this arena. You talk about captivating entrances like Finn Balor's. Bobby Roode has a captivating entrance of his own. Just the theme song alone. And now Bobby Roode awaits his partner, Chris Jericho, the WWE champion. And here he comes, the self-proclaimed GOAT, the self-proclaimed best in the world at what he does. And if you don't believe it, he'll tell you you're all stupid idiots. Doesn't matter what you think of him though, love him or hate him, that man is the WWE champion. And you gotta give him some respect, because for years he has mastered his craft. And I would say he is one of the best to ever step in a wrestling ring. All four of these men, great competitors, great superstars. They know how to steal the show night in, night out, and they put it all on the line. So there is no question that this match, this main event, is going to be a good one. I'll tell you what though, Chris Jericho's antics have always been questionable. If you really think about it, Chris Jericho is a man that walks to his own beat. He has his own beliefs. And he won't change for nobody. But here we go, Finn Balor quick with an enziguri. With a heel kick. And a kick to the back of Bobby Roode. Finn Balor trying to get this thing started quick. He's trying to keep that quick pace that Finn Balor is known for. Duck under and the leapfrog. And a huge drop kick from Finn Balor. Picture perfect. And now Balor lifts Bobby Roode to his feet. Looked like Finn Balor was going for an elbow, but Bobby Roode countered it, and Bobby Roode hit the spear, and he's going for a pin quick. He's trying to end this. There is no way in hell you were going to end it this quick, Bobby. Now Bobby Roode beginning to throw them strikes. Beginning to assault the Demon King. And Bobby Roode using that turnbuckle as a weapon. He's got Finn Balor up. And he drives him down to the canvas, face and body first. As he lifts Balor back to his feet, what's Bobby Roode thinking? What's he going to go for here? This match is already starting to unfold. Looked like Bobby Roode was going to go use that top rope as a weapon, just like he did the turnbuckle, but Finn Balor countered over and a European uppercut from behind. And now it's Balor who's got Bobby Roode up. And Balor runs into the ropes and a drop kick. Drive-by drop kick from Finn Balor. And Balor's got Bobby Roode in the corner, and he tags Sting into the match. Looking like a little bit of double team action going to come over here. Sting delivers the forearm and springboard over the ropes to an elbow. Unbelievable. And now it's Sting having his way with Bobby Roode, the man who defeated him just last episode. Headlock locked in as he cranks on it. And Sting just cranking down, continuing to fight. Bobby Roode is trying to get out of it, but it seems like he's no match for Sting as Sting works. Wait. Bobby Roode is working to his feet, and a huge elbow from Roode. Another huge elbow makes Sting break the hold, and Bobby Roode sends him into the ropes. And a huge slam from Bobby Roode, a power slam, hook in the leg. And Sting with an easy kick out, only a 1 count. But Roode lifting Sting back to his feet. He's going to try and weaken the Icon before TLC. You could bet that huge clothesline from Bobby Roode. And now he tags Jericho into the ring. And Jericho with an enziguri to Sting. Picture perfect, right on the button. Jericho sends Sting into the ropes, but Bobby Roode trips him up, and Sting lands outside onto the floor. And Chris Jericho stalking Sting. He is now outside the ring. Both men in fear of a count out. Ref only had a 2 count, so they still got time, but they still better be careful. I'll tell you what, I cannot wait to see these two square off at TLC. We're getting a sneak preview right here. And Jericho throwing Sting back into the ring. Now what's Jericho thinking? Jericho getting back into the ring. Picking Sting to his feet. And a huge forearm. Looked like he was going to go for that forearm again, but Sting blocked it. And now it's Sting. He's got Chris Jericho over his shoulders. Samoan drop from the Icon. And Sting with a pin. And a quick kick out by Chris Jericho, only a 1 count. I cannot wait until these two go into TLC like I was saying. This is going to be historic. A historic main event for the Blue Brand's first standalone pay-per-view. Looking like Sting was going for a German suplex, but Chris Jericho countered out. And now Chris Jericho with a released German suplex of his own, but Sting's back to his feet very quick. And now Jericho, he's sending Sting into the corner. Jericho with that running bulldog. And now it seems Jericho is working the arm of Sting. He's trying to weaken the limbs. I wouldn't be surprised if you see him work the back and the legs as well. Bobby Roode gets the tag. Looks like they're going for a double T move themselves. They put Sting on the top rope. Double assisted belly to back suplex off the ropes. And now Bobby Roode continuing his assault. Like I said, they both want to weaken their opponents before TLC. All 4 men looking to get edges going into their one-on-one matches. Now it seems like Sting has had enough. He's pulling he's putting Bobby Roode in a headlock. And just delivering them blows as he cranks down on the neck. Another shot by Sting. Bobby Roode trying to fight, but he couldn't get out of it, and Sting releases to hold. And now Bobby Roode into the ropes. And a huge elbow from Sting sends Bobby Roode to the canvas. Bobby Roode was trying to crawl to Chris Jericho, but he just couldn't make it. Bobby Roode in the corner, and it looks like Sting makes the tag to Finn Balor. Sting, Balor lifted up, atomic drop, and a big boot from the Icon. Huge sit-out powerbomb with the pin. And oh no, Bobby Roode it was almost over for Bobby Roode. It was almost curtain call. Now Finn Balor delivering them forearms. Just forearming Bobby Roode around the ring. And Balor throwing Bobby Roode outside the ring. And here we go. Balor with the explosiveness. Finn Balor with the plunger. And now he sends Bobby Roode back into the ring. What's Finn Balor going for? He's calling for it. He's telling Bobby Roode to get to his feet. Front drop kick from Finn Balor. And he goes for the pin. No one to break up the count, but Jericho makes it in time. Balor once again with a huge forearm. Finn Balor getting that burst, that momentum that we talk about, that Finn Balor can build up easily, lightning quick. And it looks like Balor's going for his signature basement drop kick. And you know what comes next. It's followed up by the coup de grace, but wait, no. Chris Jericho pushed Finn Balor off the top rope, and now both men are down. Both men are down. Both Chris Jericho and Sting winded. And it's Bobby Roode to his feet first. What's Roode going to go for here? Is he going to make the tag? What's he going to do? Bobby Roode sends Finn Balor into the corner and he makes the tag to Y2J. Looking for the double team. They send Balor into the ropes. Double assisted back body drop. And now it looks like Y2J is trying to have his way with the Demon King, but Finn Balor blocks it. And now it's Balor sending Y2J into the corner. He bounces off the ropes, tries to shake Bobby Roode a little bit. And Finn Balor with that lightning quick offense that we talk about. And Finn Balor taking Bobby Roode out of the equation, at least for now. Finn Balor, are we going to see it? Bloody Sunday on Chris Jericho. And Finn Balor hooks the leg. Bobby Roode might be out still. And oh my God, Finn Balor has just pinned the WWE Champion. Finn Balor and Sting. Both men put up a fight. And both men catch the edge in their one-on-one matches. Finn Balor will face Bobby Roode. Sting will face Chris Jericho. And ladies and gentlemen, I will see you at TLC.